Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Derek from Strive again. Today we're going to go over another helpful tool to get us to our results of body composition change. So many people, when they try to change their habits for the better, they think of it as black and white. You know, there's no gray area in the middle. They're either 100% off or 100% on and restricting everything, working out every single day, and getting overstressed and things like that. The problem with that is not only is that not sustainable, but just thinking about that, people sort of freak out and they don't think that they can actually achieve anything because they know that they can't do that. So that they blame time, they blame their schedule is just hectic, stuff like that. In reality, there's a lot of helpful tools that you don't really have to be overstressed about. A couple of those things would be, fixing one meal at a time, or looking at your plate when you do make food, and what does it look like? Does it have half veggies, a quarter protein, and a quarter carbs? Stuff like that you don't really have to be tedious about and measure literally everything. And those things get you great results just when you're first starting out. Okay? This is another one. This is called nutrition checks and balances. And so learning how to do this ends up giving you the freedom to still have that stuff that you like, whether it is the candy, the ice cream, the cookie, the alcoholic drinks, going out to dinner with your friends, stuff like that. Okay. The trick is that diets and changing lifestyles doesn't fail if you include some of it. Okay. Most Western diets end up failing because they include all of it. Okay. All one lump sum. So now all of a sudden everything's out of whack. And so how to do this is to become aware of what you're actually eating and what you're actually putting into your body. That is usually the first step that we always end up doing here at Strive. So for the first thing, here are a couple of examples. Okay, basically, I'm going to check something else if I'm going to include that treat, okay, so that everything else sort of is balanced out. Okay, how are we going to end up doing that? Let's say I have my meals planned out for the rest of the day, or I know I'm gonna, I usually go to lunch to a fast food restaurant, or I know I'm going out to eat, stuff like that. All right, well, say I want a couple of cookies. All right, well, I'm gonna choose that I'm gonna have those couple cookies or those donuts at a cider mill. Well, instead of having that one elaborate meal, I'm gonna replace that with a protein shake. I'm still getting that nutrients, but now I have that room to have that cookie instead of having going out to eat with a huge calorie meal and then having ice cream or alcoholic drinks after that. I'm going to choose that one thing that I truly want, okay? And then I'm going to replace something else with this. Now everything's balanced out, all right? Next one, if I go out to dinner with friends or family, okay, I'm not going to have the appetizer or the bread bowl, and that's going to leave room for that drink or that couple drinks that I'm going to end up having with that meal. Likewise, I could reverse that. I'm going to have those appetizers, but I'm going to stick with water. I'm not going to have that alcoholic drink. Okay, it's balanced out now because something else is checked that I shouldn't have. Okay, instead of having a big bowl of rice with or cream of pasta or something like that, I'm going to have that salad. All right, and because I have that, I can have some room for ice cream. Now, keep in mind, all these things are a little bit of a treat. Okay, so I can have a little bit of serving of ice cream, but I'm not going to have an entire big bowl or a McFlurry or a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. Okay, I'm just going to have a little bit because I can have that now because I checked everything else. Another example would be, instead of using olive oil or coconut oil to cook, even though it's healthy, I might be using the cooking spray. Okay, and because of that, I can have that cupcake, that small little cupcake as a treat. Okay, and so now it's checked off, but it's becoming aware. Another one would end up being, having spaghetti squash instead of actual spaghetti. And then because I made that change and dropped those calories because of that, now I can have that garlic toast, like garlic bread. So you check something off so that you can balance out for those treats. And this is what flexible dieting is all about. Okay, the problem with what people do is that they're not aware of this. So it's not checked. So I'm gonna have that entire thing of cookies plus a really bad dinner or a really bad lunch and stuff like that. Okay, something has to be checked if you're gonna have those treats. Okay, so really look at your nutrition, see what treats you truly want. Maybe you want those red vines, so now you're gonna have all egg whites instead of a big omelet. what do you have to do in order to get that balance for your nutrition?